Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. Hey guys, today is Saturday, Saturn Day, October 21st, and the energies in the day adds up to the number 11 vibration. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. So today was a trip for me because the energies in today that I'm recording these videos adds up to the number 11. And boy, let me tell you, it's like before I even start my day, I'll do my yoga and meditation, but today wasn't a yoga day. Today was a day where I got outside and do my hour walk, but I wasn't able to do it at the start of the day because I got up late for whatever reason. So I just did the meditation. But while I was meditating and I was in my meditations, I can kind of meditate and see what my day will be like and see how I feel. And when I sat and meditate and I was observing how my energy was feeling as the day progressed, so sometimes I could see what kind of trading experience I'll have because I could see what my energy feels like later, where there's days when I check in on my energy through meditation and I see myself doing a victory dance. That's because things really played out that way. But today it was so hard for me. It's not that it was hard. Maybe I just didn't want to accept what I was seeing, but my energy felt so stiff. It felt like, how would I put that? It felt so stiff. It's like numb. It's almost like I wasn't allowing myself to feel what I was feeling, but I also feel like, I also felt, how would I put it? It's like a lot of tension, a lot of tense emotions and things like that. And I'm not saying that's how this day will be, but for a while, the energies in the day wasn't adding up to the number 11 energy. And finally, the day's adding up to the number 11 energy. And it's like I could feel the tension in the air from it. And it's just interesting. So I had this process that I had to do today to just prepare my energy for my session, which was my exercise, get outside, do some things to make me laugh, just shift my frequency on a whole. So I think about with so much happening or shifts and stuff happening in the world, which I'm gonna get into that in the solar eclipse video. But with the energies now adding up to the number 11 vibration, I just feel like with the number 11 energy being such a intense energy, it could be an intense energy, it could be intensely exciting, or it could be intensely overwhelming, but it can be an intense energy. And I always think of the number 11 energy like a minefield, in the sense that you could go over there and step on the right spot and you get butterflies and rainbows and it's like kumbaya, great vibes. Or you might step over there and your feet is blown off because there's just so much going on. Excuse me. So let me jump into the spirit animal for the day. So we have the cobra showing up when it comes to the spirit animal for the day. And with the cobra energy, I don't know why for the first time I'm seeing the cobra so different, where I'm seeing the cobra in a way that looks so dignified, in a way that looks so confident. And when I think of the cobra, the first thing that comes to mind that probably might come to a lot of people's mind is the whole shedding of the skin. So with the whole shedding of the skin, I'm getting some kind of a renewing. But then also too with the cobra energy, I'm thinking about the whole kundalini and the whole rising of the snake, where it's like, you know, the rising from the spine and up into the consciousness. So when I look at this, the cobra energy, to me, it's almost like stepping into a new portal, stepping into a new dimension, stepping into a new realm. So lately with the days adding up to the number 11 vibration, it's almost like we're stepping into a new season. And stepping into a new season, to me, where things can be, it's like manifestations can happen so much faster, because I feel like the number 11 is fertile that way. Yeah, manifestations can happen so much faster. So whether you're manifesting something great or you're manifesting something that's not so great, but I feel like manifestations can happen so much faster. And then also too, there's this tapping in and knowing. It's just like before starting my day, and I'm able to sit there and meditate and kind of get a glimpse of the feeling. It's like I can feel the essence. So say the day had a smell, it's like I could smell what the day is going to smell like. I could feel the essence of the day just by observing my emotions. So say like yesterday, I noticed that my emotions within my meditation seemed a little bit like, I guess salty is the way that I would put it. So when I got up and I got into my first trade, and it was a win, but it wasn't much. It wasn't what I was initially, what I estimated walking away with, and I entered wrong. And because I felt salty, I just took the small win that I had and just was done for the day, because that salty feeling that I saw in my meditation made me think that, you know, more than likely the day might not end well, and I could end it, you know, in red and feeling way more saltier than I feel right now. So let me take this little profit and not be greedy, so that I could really feel salty. Where today I was numb because yes, things didn't go my way, and I guess I felt it even before the meditation. And I feel like some of you are stepping more into this frequency where you can kind of sense, it's like you get a glimpse of what's about to happen. And when you get a glimpse of what's about to happen, sometimes it has to happen a couple times for it to catch on. I know that's the case with me, where it's been a while where I would meditate before starting my day and see what's going to happen, or even when I was in the salon, meditate and see a certain interaction or whatever, and then the conversation will happen, and what I saw in my vision, because it wouldn't even be a dream, sometimes the vision is just this glimpse that comes into your mind, and you just know, you just see something and you know. And it's like, normally I'll overlook it, where after a while I finally started to catch on and learn from it and move cautiously with the guidance that's been given to me. So I feel like some kind of an activation might be happening with a lot of you, you know, as we're stepping into this new 11 portal energy, with the days adding up to the number 11. And with this portal energy, you know, manifestations can happen so much faster. And like I was saying in yesterday's message, sometimes we have to make decisions to put ourselves in a secure position, even if that's not where we might want to be at the moment, but put ourselves in a position so we're secure enough to where we're not worrying about certain things. And because we're no longer worrying about certain things, then it's easier for us to manifest more of what it is that we want, because we're not dealing with lack. We're not coming from lack mentality. And when it comes to the tarot, we have the Magician energy in the reversal position. So with the Magician energy in the reversal position, this energy is making me feel a bit defeated, in the sense that it's bringing me to the person who feels like they don't have enough resources. And you never not have enough resources. You're just unaware, or not being able to put the resources that you have together and make them work. And for me, growing up, like, I think I learned how to be resourceful from cooking and dressing, in the sense that, you know, this is what's in the fridge at the moment, and this is what you got to work with. So you put it together and create a new masterpiece. You invent something new. In the process of us trying to solve a problem, we end up inventing something. And with the magician energy in the reversal position, is bringing me to some of us feeling like we don't have enough resources. And trust me, you do. It's a matter of not being able to see your resources, and in some cases, not being able to see yourself clearly enough to see all that you're capable of. So sometimes is the vision that we have of ourselves is what's blurred, that's stopping us from being able to see all of the resources that are around, that are available to us. The moon today is in Capricorn and it conjuncts Pluto. So with the moon in Capricorn, our moon is in a very serious place, because with moon in Capricorn, that's serious business. For some of us, it could cause us to feel a little bit depressed, as we might feel a little bit overwhelmed based on our situation, where we are status-wise, where we are financially, how we're progressing in our lives could be a thing. And with Pluto conjuncting the moon, we want to be more in control of our lives, in control of our situations, in control of our destiny, and might not feel like we have things under control. I think of the magician energy. Some of us might feel like some kind of imposter syndrome, in the sense that you might be with a company for a long time and you've learned a lot with that company, and you're in the position to start your own thing on the side and make a profit from teaching other people what you know, because other people would benefit big time from what it is that you know. But for whatever reason, you're coming up with all these excuses why you would need this and that and this and that. And just know, that's a form of procrastination, because deep down, one might not believe that they have what it takes. So instead, they come up with different ways to talk themselves out of doing what needs to be done. The moon conjunct Pluto is squaring Mercury and the sun in Libra and also in Scorpio. So when I look at, say, the challenging aspects that's being made to the moon, when it comes to, say, sun and Mercury in Libra, I think about the moon in a place where what comes to mind is, when I think about Capricorn energy is a very ambitious energy, to the point that sometimes when Capricorns aren't doing well, they'll avoid people and they'll pop back up like when they're doing well, when they feel like they're winning in life. And when I look at the square being made to the moon, and we all have these energies within our charts, we all have the numbers, the planets within our charts. So these energies are playing out within all of us in its own way. So when I look at the square happening to the moon, I get the feeling of, like, say you're invited to the school reunion, or you're invited to something, and just not feeling like you want to be in a social environment because you just don't feel like you are where you want to be. So because of it, you might feel the need to isolate yourself at the moment. Saturn is the ruler of the day, and Saturn always brings our attention to some kind of time, some kind of a structure, some kind of seniority, some kind of education, because Saturn is also the teacher. Saturn is positively aspecting the sun and Mercury, also conjunct Mars in Scorpio. So the positive aspects being made to Saturn, to me, brings me to us being optimistic and seeing how being optimistic and thinking about how we want to manifest and make certain things happen, and how we could possibly collaborate and do it together. So this is the person thinking, okay, maybe so-and-so might benefit from whatever it is that I'm doing, and we can do this or that together, even though we're imagining and thinking those things. But overall, we're doing it within ourselves and keeping to ourselves. We're socializing and connecting and spending time with others. The moon feels like the moon, the inner world feels a little bit isolating today, where it's like we might not want to speak about all what we're feeling on the inside. So it's like we're kicking it with others and we're speaking about certain surface things, but what we're really feeling on the inside, we don't feel like speaking about. I think about how, say, within the world, clearly there's some kind of a recession or something going on, but the government hasn't come out and say it yet. Mainstream media hasn't come out and they're saying it. So because of that, speaking to different people, I find that different people are experiencing very similar things, but at the same time, no one wants to speak up about whatever it is that they're going through, because it might feel shameful to them in some way to speak about it, because we haven't collectively been giving permission yet to speak about it, to say everybody is going through this and you're just not a brokey who made bad decisions while you're feeling the pressure that you're feeling. When we look out into the world and we see even certain jobs and certain things that celebrities are doing and whatnot, Like, you could tell that there's a shift going on. But for me, I always pay attention to what the media forces down our throat and what they hold back, and ask myself, like, what are they trying to influence me to do based on what is being presented to me right now, But when it comes to, say, a day like today, the moon is part of a trine with Neptune in Pisces and Jupiter conjunct Uranus and Taurus. So when I think about those positive aspects being made to the moon, I just think of, the inner world being in a place where we're optimistic and we're making plans. We're not verbalizing them or sharing with others so much what we're going through, but at the same time, we're thinking about how we can collaborate and make things happen with others, but just not ready yet to make it known, to say it out loud. Because with all the number one energies amplified in the day, it's the 10th month, the day is the 21st, the number one is there, and then the energies in the day adds up to the number 11, a whole lot of ones. And the number one, to me, with so many number ones, it's like thought overload, so many thoughts, thinking about so much. And we're thinking about so much to the point that we find ourselves, experiencing analysis paralysis. We paralyze in place and feel like there's not enough resources. And another thought that's coming to mind when I look at these two energy here, when I think about snakes and how snakes could deal with deception, and the magician energy in the reversal position, which also brings me to someone misusing their powers, misusing their abilities. It brings me to what I mentioned earlier about the media, and how I was thinking to myself the other day, how when Hawaii had their situation, how when you listen to mainstream, and then when you listen to certain people who live there, who have their own pages, like, they're saying totally different things about the numbers of people who are unalive and missing and things like that. Like, they're giving two totally different stories. And now when I look at something else that's going on in the world right now, and it's like, you cannot go on a platform without seeing it being blasted in front of your face. And it's like the selectiveness when it comes to information. And it's up to me to question and ask myself, when I see this information, what kind of an emotional reaction does it get out of me? Because me being aware of the emotional reaction it gets out of me, I see how I'm being manipulated, or what I'm being manipulated to do. Because when you think about all the media outlets, and how, they're all owned by small groups of, say, business people, it's like all one business. And it's certain movements that we feel so passionate about are all different ways of marketing to get us to make certain decisions and do certain things. And we think we're doing these things because we naturally feel this way, when we've been encouraged, inspired, and motivated to think and do certain things. So yes, I pay attention to myself and the emotions that certain things get over me, so I can see what I'm being encouraged to do. Like, this is what I'm being encouraged to do, so I could know that, okay, I'm being manipulated right now, and this is supposed to get this emotional reaction out of me. Them keep flashing this and that over my screen, and me continuing to see this and that, it's going to cause me to get emotional or angered in some way, and it will encourage me to make certain kind of decision, so I could stand back and see, okay, collectively most people are probably going to be pushing towards this decision, thinking they're the ones wanting to make the decision, not realizing that, like, it's been a buildup as far as information and different things being thrown at them, and kind of maneuvering them in a certain direction that they didn't even know that they were being groomed in. It's also interesting. So to me, that's the deceptive side of the magician energy in the reversal position and the cobra. And it doesn't even have to be mainstream media. It could just be, certain people within our lives. And for me, I just take a step back and try to disconnect from a situation and see the direction that you're being encouraged in, and ask yourself, how does it benefit this person, or how does it benefit this corporation or this group for me to see things this way, just to have a better handle on what you're being encouraged and motivated to think and do. The day is the 21st. So the day being the 21st, the number 2 brings a very emotional and sensitive aspect to the day, but 2 plus 1 is 3. So some kind of a new beginning, some kind of a tangible beginning. So there's some kind of a new beginning that happens today, and maybe some kind of chaotic situation or chaotic news, but some kind of a new beginning, chaotic situation, chaotic news. And with the Magician in the reversal position and the Cobra energy, you gotta take a step back and see, like, you know, like I said, what are you being like, how are you being sold right now? You're being sold. How are you being sold? Why are you being sold? How does it benefit whoever is trying to sell you what they're selling you? And how will it affect you if you buy in? You know, those are some things to just think about today. But such a pleasure sharing this message with you. If you'd like to book a natal chart awareness coaching session with me, or check out my exclusive weekly content only available on Patreon, the links for that is in the description box below. Before you do anything, please let me know you're here with me by dropping me a red and orange heart in the comment box below. I would love to hear from you and look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.